Do you know that this is the only live follow along morning routine on YouTube or even the internet? You know why? It's also the best. But if you're looking to step up your life, stop building something, just join us. We've got it all here. Let's go. So good morning. If you're new here, I'm Adam. Today is day 114 of the 5 a.m. squat club. We're here every day, priming our minds, priming our bodies, getting some good intensity, and then making progress towards our goals. It's so simple. If you want to do that, let's go. Step one, grab yourself a counterbalance. We're going to come down into what we call our paleo squat or paleo chair or human rest position. Call it what you want. You might find this a little uncomfortable, so grab yourself a weight out in front and just hold on so you don't fall backwards. There'll be about 2 minutes here. And what we want to do here is choose our first thoughts for the day so that we're not chasing all of the things that are coming at us, and we can direct ourselves in the direction we want to be. So first one is I am responsible. And I want to make sure that I understand that it's up to me. If I'm going to get somewhere, if I'm going to have success in my life, it's on me. My decisions and my responses are going to lead me where I end up. Second is I will make time between stimulus and response. And that one's personal. It's about patience and making sure that I'm giving a response to the people around me that I'm a little more proud of and that's not snappy and reactive. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. That's just about giving yourself permission to take a step that's imperfect. That's not the whole way there in one step. It's about allowing yourself to make progress, because that's the only way that you're going to get there, instead of looking at the end goal and trying to get there all at once. And then last one is I choose gratitude. And that's just making sure that I'm seeing all the positive in my life and focusing on that, because that will bring the emphasis and the attention on more positive, as opposed to focusing on the negative, which does the opposite. So I am responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. I choose gratitude. Let's do it. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Yaroslav. Awesome. Favorite color is red. I like it. All right, so we're getting our warm up in here. Follow along if you want. We're going to start with just a hip flexor warm up. You can start with that. I'll talk about the other movements. If you've got your own warm up you like to do, feel free, hop on a machine or something. So we'll get 5 to 10 or so knee raises per side, just getting the hip flexors warmed up. We'll then get into a good morning, just trying to keep the spine neutral and warming up the posterior chain. We'll get in some lunges, either reverse or forwards. Good morning, G. And then we'll get into some burpees and some squats. So come along with that. You can just follow along. Generally, I'd have it written on the screen in on a edited video, but we're definitely moving in the direction, I think, of doing more live videos. So we'll see what I can do in terms of getting maybe some signs made and putting them up there. But just follow along with the warm up and we'll get moving. Next, we'll go hip flexor. We'll go good morning. And maybe what I'll talk about a little bit this morning is just I had the opportunity yesterday to join in a meeting of an entrepreneur group, we'll say. I don't know what a better explanation would it be for it. And I'm not normally part of this group. I was invited, including Maple. Good morning. That's not the next movement. I'm losing focus here. We get good mornings. Sometimes this isn't perfect, right? So I was saying we were in this group, and it was an interesting experience for me because I'm not used to this. I'm not part of a group like that. We were invited by a business partner. And I think what I took away here, so the purpose, I'll give you a little background. We were in there, we're trying to figure out a new brand for our gym, right? I own a gym and I now have business partners. And we're going from this place that was fully, the gym was fully driven by me. The culture was chosen by me. And it was very easy to implement because I just acted like myself. But we're in a new phase now of the gym where I have 2 business partners. And they may be watching this morning, but maybe not. Raulio, good morning. And it's an interesting transition here for me, for us, because what we're trying to do is combine our 3 personalities, our interests and our, desires for this gym, and we're trying to mold them into one. And, I think there's some takeaways here that I'm learning, maybe slower than most people would, but, things like, and this is going to sound, if you're listening to this and you know me, you're going to be like, that's a big lie. But that sometimes we have to compromise. And I know some of you think I don't know how to do that. But it's, there's so many times now, and it seems to be happening more and more. Maybe it's just a reminder for me that when I dig my heels in, unless it's something that's life or death, and I really should be digging my heels into, for the most part, it's not going to give me what I want. And so maybe what I'm very, very slowly learning is choose your battles. Make sure that if you're going to, die on a hill, that you've chosen your hill really well. And you're hearing this, if you know me, this is a reminder for myself. I'm not trying to preach here. I'm trying to remind myself, because I am definitely stubborn, for lack of a better term. And I find it very easy to die on a hill. When I'm right, I'm right. And there's no changing my mind. So, a good reminder that if we are going to live with, get along with, this is probably a lot of burpees here, get along with other people and live together, that sometimes, we need to compromise or even be open to changing our minds, seeing it another way. Because perspective is everything, and there's always another way to see it. All right, I'm feeling pretty warm there. Let's talk about today's workout. We didn't even go over that yet. 2 movements as usual, 10 minutes. We're gonna alternate. We're gonna alternate minutes, 1 movement, 1 minute, 1 movement the other. Say 30 seconds approximately each. First movement. Well, let's talk about the plank first, keep it simple. First movement will probably be on the 2nd minute. We're gonna go with the plank. Options are from the hands, from the elbows. You could go with a side plank if you wanted as well, but let's talk forward plank, elbows or hands. I don't like the idea of going from the knees. So what I'd suggest, if you can't go from the hands from the floor, just come into a plank on an elevated surface, so a chair or a table or something. But try to keep that whole body in a straight line from toes to support. The second one, and this is, I don't know if this is a thing really, but it's a new one made up by Braulio the other day. We're gonna call this a devil thruster, devil cluster. So you're gonna start in a burpee. You're gonna come out of that burpee position, ideally with the dumbbell set up so that you can pick it up. You're gonna stand and drop into a squat. And then on the way out, you're gonna drive it overhead. So it's a kind of a mix between a devil press and a cluster. If you are brand new to all this stuff, I'm gonna give you a couple options. So a simple option could be just a burpee. Just get down, just get up. Step 2 could be burpee, just squat. Obviously from there you could make it the whole thing, receive it in a squat and drive. I'm probably gonna alternate hands. So think about an option that might work if you're brand new. That could be literally like a squat to a chair, lay down, stand up. Choose an option that's appropriate. try out a couple reps. I'm going to try 1 or 2 with my workout weight. You know, choose something that's going to be challenging if you're there. So each rep is going to take, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds. So realistically, we'll see if we can get, I don't know, 8 to 10 or so on those ones. And then the plank, maybe 45 seconds. Obviously the plank will be lower heart rate, it'll be more shoulder and ab fatigue. So we'll see. Let's talk about actually the plank just real quick. I don't think we went over that too much. So in that plank position, the butt should be locked up, abs should be locked up. What you don't want to do is just be there, relaxed. We want to be tight, on, in control the whole time. So if you are ready, make sure you got your dumbbell set up. Maybe some water. Make sure your dog is not shoving you. We'll get some music here. And then I think it is time to get going. So 10 minutes, alternating minutes. We'll see if we can get 8 of those devil clusters. It's a pretty good name. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Ready? Let's go. What's happening? Let's go cluster first. Devil cluster. Ready? Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. This is slow. Excuse me, Maple. Six. There's 8. How long is that? Yeah, that's a long time. Holy. That was 8. 3, 2, 1. Plank. Can't see the clock. Should have got here sooner, Mr. Rob. Let's go, Vito. Stop. Yeah, they're rough, eh? 30. Gonna go 40, I think. Okay, it's real. Let's do this. 10 seconds. I'm gonna try to stick with 8. 5, 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's long. Plank, 5, 3, 2, 1. Tight, tight, tight. Another 10 if you're going through 40. Two, one. Wow. Let's go. 4 down. 6 to go. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, dog. Ten. Keep it up, guys. Killing it. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Ooh. 6 down, 4 to go. Oh, wow. This is real, guys. Hopefully you're keeping up here. Bring it down if you need to. 5. Through. Five, 3, blank, 2, 1. One more round after this. Whoa. I'm in trouble. All right, last set. 3, 2, 1. Morning, Spencer. right, one more plank. 5. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hang on. Finish strong. Let's go. Focused. Good job. Good job, man. Good job, guys. Take a minute. Catch your breath. Walk around. Get some water. Oh my God. Bro, those were not nice, man. That was definitely the EMOM with the least rest we've done so far. Those planks became incredibly hard. Oh, give me some feedback. How was that? Hang tight. Awesome job, Valerie. Take a minute. We'll get into a stretch. And we'll do a little Q&A if you want. We can talk goal setting. We can talk nutrition. We can talk about goal management. I think I just said goal setting, didn't I? Oh, let's take a minute. Only 6, Vito. Yeah, they, nice, bro. They're just, each one was so long that you couldn't, I wanted to get 10, but that was just impossible. Good job, Yaroslav. You guys are wicked. All right. Let's do this. Let's just get into a ab stretch because I'm very sore in the abs. There's those hollow rocks the other day. But let's do that. Let's just get into a upward dog. So you can basically lay yourself down, squeeze the abs, and then press up. And you just want to get a pull through the front here. And maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more since now one of my business partners is here. Freddie, you missed in the warm-up, I was chatting about this idea that we were talking about that meeting yesterday. And I know I am not the perfect example of this and I have much to learn, but the idea that choosing our battles, you know, if we're gonna dig in our heels and die on a hill, that we should choose it wisely. And I don't necessarily have a tendency of doing that. I have a tendency of choosing something, sticking to it, and, you know, going so hard on that idea that, you know, I'll bump heads with other people. And I think what I'm learning is there is absolutely a time for that, and that you should have some non-negotiables in your life and certain things that you will not give into because that's who you are. But then assessing what are those things and what are maybe some other things that I don't need to dig into so much that I could potentially be a little bit more, I don't know, lax, a little more open-minded. I think personally for me, I'm catastrophizing. I'm seeing, you know, if I allow this to happen, it's going to lead to this ultimate thing that I don't want. But I think realistically, we create unrealistic, you know, situations in our head. We catastrophize. We think that the thing is going to be worse than it is. And I am huge on that. So the idea of, you know, another one that comes from Fred here is the game he plays with his kids, the big deal or not a big deal, and maybe even more appropriate for an adult, or at least myself, to play that game. You know, what do I really want to hold on to and dig into? What's a big deal and what's not? And maybe I should let go. So on that, you know, that can lead directly into thinking like, what is the big deal? What is the most important thing to me? And where does that lead me? Where is the goal that brings me to? And then right now, step 5 of the 5 a.m. squat club is homework. And the point here is that you're gonna take that far off dream, that far off goal, the big one. I'm not talking about progress over perfection here. I'm talking about like, where do I wanna be? Where is my perfect day leading me? Or where do I want it to be? What do I want it to look like? And dig your heels in. Take a step every day, right? We assign, this is the homework section. What I say is take at least an hour, maybe 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours, depending on what your goal is and what that chunk needs to look like. But sit down and nail it out before your family gets up. Because if you do that every day, those bite-sized chunks build into a meal and into a feast, and eventually you're at your goal. So if you're not gonna hang out, we'll do a little chat here if you wanna hang out, but if you're not hanging out, it's homework time. And maybe this is your homework. Maybe hang out and let's talk about, hey, what should I be working on? What is my goal? But if you're taking off homework, check the link in the description. We are building a community on School. Currently, it's just me and Yaroslav. But it will be growing where we'll meet after here, maybe once a week, and we'll talk goal setting, and we'll, as a community, build towards that. But also, we're live every day starting next Monday. I'm just gonna start saying we're live every day so that we're on it. You can be with us every single day, even if you're in this time zone, 4:45. Let's do it. But let's chat here. Similar thoughts about finding middle ground. Yeah, I agree that finding the middle ground when you are working with other people is the key. And you know, maybe it's just me, but that's the challenge. It's finding a place where, you know, you still feel like you've got enough of who you are and what's important to you without, you know, making the other people feel like their ideas aren't important or that they're wrong. It's definitely something I still need. Hey, great job, Valerie. Thanks for joining us. Remember, we're here live every day next week. Let's do it. But why is it? Yeah, Spencer, that's the plan. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I find that more challenging than other people. And, you know, is it because, you know, we've decided that we're going to live so differently, and, you know, if you're not doing that, that you're wrong, that you're choosing the wrong path, and that we should save you? Because it makes me feel almost like, you know, those door-to-door, what is it? What are those guys called? They try to sell you religion door to door. You know, I think what I need to learn is meet people where they're at, as opposed to trying to convince them of the better way. You guys can teach me that over time. Jehovah, yeah. That's the one. The one I like to dress up as is for weddings. But it's, you know, I wonder what their conversion rate is. You know, I wonder, out of 1,000 houses that they knock on the door, how many people say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to consider that. And if so, I'm you know, what is their method? You know, because I know that in some religions, it's fear that's used. You know, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't follow us, like, you're going to hell. You're going to burn. You know, and I wonder which ones are the most effective. If you guys have any insight on this, I'd love to hear it. You know, what do you see as, and maybe have you had any experience in the past where you've tried to bring someone around to your idea, to something, you know, they didn't necessarily agree with at first? I don't know if this is going to be helpful. But you were able to not make them see it your way, but, you know, let them, table in the way there, you know, help them change their perspective. I don't know if that's helpful. Any thoughts there? Any questions? What do you guys think? We just want to get on with our day. Okay, well, you guys are awesome. I would like to start doing Q&A here, but this is brand new, so we'll add those in as we go. What are you guys up to today? Who's going to the gym? What do we got for the weekend? You just running that thing? I've got, yeah. But what method do you use, Spencer? Spencer says can only, I guess the horse can only lead the horse to water. But how do you, I guess maybe my challenge is I find someone who's so far away from the thing that I'm preaching, and I find that gap so wide. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just when I meet someone who's just as stuck in their ways as I am, but the opposite direction. Maybe those are the only people that I'm trying to meet. Maybe I just really like a challenge, and part of me likes to dig the heels in and just go at it. But I don't think, I think that when I've had success, not changing someone's mind, but helping them see a different way, it's probably not been my default where I would, be pretty aggressive with it. Interesting. This would be a learning experience. You guys can be my therapists. So I hope you guys all had a great session here, and I hope that we can all do this every day next week. Share this. Let's find some more crazy people who want to get up and change their lives at 4:45 a.m. because you guys are leading the charge right now, and it is amazing. So, two Spartan races, 10 and 5K this weekend. Of course you are. Maybe someone else went there too. So you're doing both races this weekend, Yaroslav? I'm curious. You are definitely, I'm definitely learning that you are the type to go hard. So that's pretty cool. If you have, Yaroslav, if you have time in between those races, I'm like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Well, we're 10, 15 minutes from Burnstown Beach. Calabogie is not that far from us. So if you're around, if you want to stop by the farm, come see the critters, just send me a message. That's cool though. That's crazy. Are you feeling, Yaroslav, you were saying that you were feeling a little bit tired from doing the 2-a-days, and you feeling a little bit beat up. How is that right now? How's the sleep? How's the rest? You're still doing 2 every day. What's that feeling like? Anybody else doing a Spartan race this weekend? Thanks for Spencer. You guys are awesome, man. We'll see you Monday, I guess, but I'll see you in your videos. Keep up that hillbilly boy. Back-to-back fitness with Brow Noon. Yeah, I'm going to probably do that at 11. I'll give you a very easy score to beat because my bench is weak, but I'll see you guys there. All right, well, we can chat, Yaroslav, if you want to come check out the farm. I'd love to have you come by. The girls will actually be out camping most of this weekend, so I'll be in and out. But if you want to come by, that'd be awesome. And have yourselves a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend. Jason, I don't understand. Join us, man. What are you doing? Okay, Brow, you good luck. Try to beat Fred. I'll be there coaching that one, so I'll see you guys later. Jason, I don't understand. That's probably smart, Yaroslav. Yeah, especially if you're doing that this weekend, give yourself a little extra rest. We're getting smart there. Oh, you were just joking, eh, Jason? Or are you gonna row now? It's just a joke. I get it. That was more than enough for me, I would say. If I was not going into the gym today, I would still be okay with what I've done here today. That was probably one of the most, you know what, the plank. I was amazed at how challenging that plank was. There were moments in there, to be like 100% honest, where I wanted to take a break. But this, you guys, and I'm very, very thankful for you guys, but it's basically because I know that camera is on and you guys are here watching that I did not take a break there. So I'm very, very thankful for that, as much as, you maybe don't realize that this is for me too. But holy moly, those planks were hard, and I appreciate you guys a ton. Okay, so I'm going to see what it looks like outside, and we'll see you guys. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to do, I think we're going to do a regular Saturday ruck, maybe until the winter, because I'm not going to do that outside in the snow. But I think that's probably going to become maybe a theme, a ruck on Saturday, and then maybe a, what do we do on Sunday? Like an active recovery type of thing. So it's evolving. We'll see. Ooh, beauty. Beauty morning. Look at that. There's Venus and Jupiter again. You might try the OBS studio. Yeah. Why don't you come out and teach me how to do this, Yaroslav? I need assistance. I'm a tech dummy. Christy, I don't know if you're following here, but they're your stars. Not stars. Frig. Venus, Jupiter. I don't know if you can see there are more stars. No, can't see it. Beautiful start to the day. Happy Friday. Have an incredible weekend, guys. Good luck, Yaroslav, and feel free to stop by or send me a message. Kill it. Go get it.